Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are reading from the book Pramana Vicara, an inquiry into the nature of knowledge by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. We are starting a section titled Jnanam in the form of words and sentences. This knowledge is in the form of Shabda, words. A pada, word by itself, does not convey anything. If you say ghataha, pot, it is a word, and that word has a meaning. But simply go on adding words, ghata, pata, mata, chair, table, book, pen, cow, bus, car, pen, fruit, stomach, does not convey anything. You cannot make any sense of it. The words must form a sentence. A sentence has the capacity to convey sense and to communicate meaningfully. A sentence must have akanksha, yogyata, and sannidhi. We will see what these terms mean one by one. Again, a sentence has the capacity to convey sense and to communicate meaningfully. A sentence must have akanksha, yogyata, and sannidhi. We will see what these terms mean one by one. Akanksha, expectation. Akanksha means expectation. For example, if you say anaya, bring, the immediate question that arises is kim anaya, what is it that I have to bring? This is akanksha. Let us take the stock example. Bring the cow. Gam anaya. Cow is the object in the grammatical sense. In Sanskrit, the word ending indicating the case is integral to the word. Go is the word for cow. When you add the second case ending, it becomes gam. Because of this, the position of the word in a sentence has no relevance. Irrespective of where the word gam is placed in the sentence, it will always remain the second case object. Anaya, bring, is a transitive word formed from the transitive root sakarmaka dhatu ni. The English sentence also has transitive and intransitive words. Verbs such as sitting or standing are intransitive. They do not have an object. You cannot ask a question, sitting what? On the other hand, words like reading, singing, etc. allow that question to be asked. What is he reading? What is he singing? This is called akanksha. If you say coming, one can ask from where is he coming? By what means is he coming? If the word is an intransitive one, you can ask who, what for, etc. depending on the type of verb. The answers to these questions form a sentence. Through akanksha, expectancy is created in the form of questions relating to the verb. When these connecting questions are answered, a sentence is formed. Akanksha shows the syntactical connections in a sentence. It is also a method of learning. First find the verb, ask the right questions, you get the answers in the sentence. Akanksha is fulfilled and the words of the sentence get grammatically connected. Yogyata, fitness. The second requirement is yogyata. The sentence must make proper sense. Only then can it be called a sentence. Suppose I make a sentence in English. Yesterday entered, using the past tense. What entered? An elephant entered. Yesterday an elephant entered. What did the elephant enter into? Into my right ear. The final sentence is, yesterday an elephant entered into my right ear. There is no defect in the sentence. It is grammatically correct. But there is no yogyata. It does not make sense. Some people say Prana Maya is included in the Annamaya, physical body, that the body includes prana also. That would mean that after death also that person will be hungry because prana is included in the body, so the dead person will be hungry. Such sentence do not have yogyata. Yogyata means the possibility of what the sentence is trying to convey must be there. Then the sentence is meaningful. Only that which makes sense can be called a sentence. Sannidhi, proximity. The third requirement is sannidhi, correct spacing between words of the sentence. Sannidhi means there should be no vilambanam, no stretching out or long gaps between the words. There should be just the right amount of interval. Suppose I say bring and then go on to talk about something unconnected. Then after a long time I say a glass and then talk about a bus on the road and how crowded it is and so on. Then the next day I say of water. There is no sannidhi. If someone talks like that, then kilpock is waiting. This is true of music also. Ga, e, a, ga, na, pa, ti is not a lyric. There is no sannidhi. The song is Gaye Ganapati Jagavandana. That has sannidhi. So too the notes are sung with long gaps in between. They cannot make a raga, a melody. Sannidhi cannot be also too crowded. That would not make sense. The interval should be neither too long nor too crowded. There should be just the right interval between the words. Only then there is a sentence. In fact, the human mind has a miraculous power to understand a sentence. The unitive sense of a sentence is not possible in a single word, but one can hear only a single word at a time. One word goes and then the next word is heard. The listener picks up an adjective, then an adverb, then the subject, the object, and then the subject adjective. Then all of them gets connected to the verb and unitive meaning is gained. For example, I say, Dandena Gam Anaya. Bring that rogue cow, which is not easy to handle, with the help of a stick. But you get a unitive sense. That is why, for good communication, sentences should not be too long. If you keep on adding clauses, like people do in Sanskrit, then you must have classes and clauses. You will have Johnsonian sentences. Sentences in certain books fail this three-way test. They may say religion is the medicine for all ills of life. Religion removes all troubles. Religion removes all your disappointments. And religion gives you peace. There are whole libraries full of this kind of literature. Religion does not do all that. They cannot even tell you what religion is. This is just piling up of sentences. Religion solves all problems, they will say, forgetting the humongous problems that religion creates, the ill will it creates, by destroying entire cultures and civilizations. Viveka is clearly missing. You can have clauses within a sentence, but a listener's mind should be able to get the sense of the sentence, the unitive sense of the sentence. Thus, akanksha, yogyata, and sannidhi, this avayava trayam, three elements, form the hetu for vakyartha, for the sentence to convey proper meaning. Rudhi and vyutpatti, meaning of words. Rudhi and vyutpatti, meaning of words. Knowledge is given out in the form of shabda, words. We have seen that a word by itself does not convey anything. The words must form a sentence. Only a sentence has the capacity to convey sense. Unless each word is understood, the sentence cannot be understood. Therefore, it is important for us to understand the formation of words and sentences to convey and absorb the correct meaning. There is yet another important factor to be considered. Pada's words can have two types of meanings. Pada's words can have two types of meanings. Rudhi Artha and Vyutpatti Artha. Rudhi Artha and Vyutpatti Artha. Rudhi Artha is how the word is normally understood. Vyutpatti Artha is the etymological meaning. Many Vaidika Vakyas dealing with Swarga, Karma, Karma Phala, Devata, etc. have both meanings. Again, Rudhi Artha is how the word is normally understood. Vyutpatti Artha is the etymological meaning. For example, the word Indra refers to the Lord of heavenly denizens. That is the Rudhi meaning. Indra is also Indriyanam Raja. This is the Vyutpatti meaning. Again, take the word Rama. Ramate Yasmin iti Ramaha, in whom one revels. This is the Vyutpatti meaning, etymological meaning. Rama is the one in whom you discover joy. The other meaning is Dasharatha Putra. Rama, the son of Dasharatha. That is the Rudhi meaning. Rama is identified by qualifying the word as the son of Dasharatha. All Vakyas work the same way, irrespective of whether Laukika, pertaining to the world we know, or Vaidika, sentences in the Veda. They convey their meaning in the same way. The words and sentences of the Veda, the Shabdatmaka Pramanam, are trying to convey to us a meaning that is not easy to grasp. They have to be handled correctly so that they convey the right meaning. We will talk more about this in a later section of the book. Next section. Aparoksha Jnanam, immediate knowledge. The knowledge gained by words is always paroksha, indirect, if the object is other than you. This is the case with the Laukika words or those words found in the Karma Kanda. Such words give rise only to indirect knowledge. However, one cannot extend this to the topic dealt with in the Vedanta Shastra. It is not talking about anything away from you. It is in fact talking about you. Nobody can say, quote, I am unknown to myself, unquote. Everyone can assert that he exists. Everyone says, quote, I exist, I am, unquote. Then he can say, quote, I exist as a samsari, subject to time, place, and other forms of limitations, unquote. That I am, I exist, does not require a pramanam. It does not require even your senses, nor inference or presumption. I know I am. I do not require anything, including the Veda, to arrive at my existence. Quote, I am, unquote, is self-revealing, self-existence. In this Jagat, universe we live in, the only thing that does not require a means of knowledge to prove its existence is the self, the meaning of the word I. Even your ignorance requires a sakshi. If Vedanta is a means of knowledge, one may ask, for what is it a means of knowledge? I must exist even to hear the words of the Veda. When the Veda talks of means and ends, sadhana sadhya, of issues such as rebirth, adrishta, punya, phala, loka, devata, etc., it is easy to accept it as a pramanam, as these are not available to the five means of knowledge. However, Vedanta has a complete different subject matter to talk about, I, the self, as Brahman. Some people say Vedanta is intellectual knowledge. It is only theory. You have to do something to gain Brahman. You must put the teaching into practice. Perform some action to transform the Atma into Brahman. This is meaningless. It's like saying first you lay an egg in the form of Atma Jnanam and then sit on it. In the white heat of meditation, the egg is hatched. The chick will come out, the Brahman chick. Either I am Brahman right now or I am not. If Vedanta is a pramanam in the form of words, the words must make me recognize the error in my thinking about myself. That which I think I am is not what I am. You require reasoning for that negation to take place, reasoning by which we can reach an unambiguous conclusion. The knowledge of oneself is aparoksha jnanam. We know pratyaksham, direct perception, and paroksham, indirect knowledge of an object, born of perceptual data or of words. Many things we know in the universe is paroksha jnana, including the Big Bang theory, existence of black holes, etc. They're all derived from perceptual data. Once the knowledge is confirmed, it is called paroksha jnana. Yat na pratyaksham tat paroksham. Anything that is not pratyaksha is paroksha, indirect knowledge. Shruti says, yat vacha anubhyuditam yena vak abhyudyate tat brahma tvam vidhi. Kena Upanishad 1.5. That which cannot be known by words, but by which words arise, understand that to be Brahman. It is neither pratyaksha nor paroksha. It is called aparoksha, nitya aparoksha. It is not born of a pramana. It is self-revealing, self-existent. Na udeti nastam eti, vriddhim na yati, kshayam na yati, swayam vibhati. It does not come to light in time, nor does it ever end. It does not grow, nor does it decline. It shines on its own. It is free of time and space limitations. That is nitya paroksha, that which is never covered by ignorance. It never was paroksha away from you. Even now it is aparoksha. It is the self, it is you. You are the Vishaya, the subject matter. You, the Nitya aparoksha Atma, are Brahman. Further, Shruti says, Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayanti abhisam samvishanti tat brahma. From Taittiriya Upanishad, Mantra 3.1. That which is the cause of the entire universe, that from which all beings arise, that by which everything is sustained, and unto which everything resolves in pralaya, that is Brahman. Jagat is non-separate from its Karanam Brahma, the cause. That Brahman, Jagat Karanam Brahma, is you. When people hear this, the response is often incredulity, shocking, not possible. How can I be the cause of this universe? That cannot be correct. How can I, with all my limitations, bound in this 5'7" frame with one leg shorter than the other, be the cause of the world? You say I am Jagat Karanam Brahma? Can I go and tell anybody? Can I put it on in my curriculum vitae? When asked for my qualification, can I say I am the cause of this entire universe? Can I introduce myself to others like, do you know whom you are talking to? I am the cause of this entire Jagat. I am the cause of rat, cat, mountain, river. I am the cause of everything. I am the cause of you also. It seems a blasphemy. No, it is not blasphemy. Shruti talks about the sentence in all seriousness. The truth of it is unfolded by the Shruti methodically. By arriving at the conclusion that one is limited is avichara siddha, a conclusion born of not thinking it through. Everybody accepts this conclusion without adequate thinking, without a deep enough inquiry, without viveka. And because everyone around me has the same conclusion of being limited, my own wrong conclusion is constantly reinforced. I do not have any other basis for reaching a different conclusion. It is a universal conclusion, and when there is universality about the confusion, I pass as a sane person. Insanity is nothing but confused self-identity, but because everybody carries the same conclusion, I seem to be okay. The other problem is that the conclusion is durvichara siddha, that where you arrive at a wrong conclusion after some serious thinking. One may reach a conclusion that one has to perform certain actions and that those actions will produce moksha. This leads to absurd conclusions about the Atma. Atma is like this, Atma is like that. These conclusions have no basis or reality. Knowledge does not brook any interpretations. It is always true to what is. We'll stop here in the middle of this section, and next time we'll continue again. We'll repeat the beginning of the section and continue. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।